Hey y'all, I had to start this video off the right way. I want to wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. Your sacrifice and compassion and care deserve to be celebrated and honored every day. And so on this day, show your mom the appreciation that she deserves. Be blessed, y'all, on this beautiful Sunday.
All right, begin.
What's going on, y'all? So apparently Wendy Williams sat down with Fat Joe and did an interview, right? And basically Fat Joe asked her questions about the possibility of her returning back to her show. And basically he also asked her about Sherri Shepherd. And that is when Wendy Williams proceeded to throw shade. So what I'm going to do right here, guys, is play you that clip and then I'll be right back.
You miss not coming to the show?
Yes, I do. I wish I was there. I wish I was there right now to talk about it and talk about it with you. But you know what? Because they already put people there like you. You guys are already in position. So you'll be talking about that. But I'm glad that I'm able to talk about when I come back. You know?
Okay, so is there plans for a new show, or are you coming back to the Wendy Williams show?
Coming back to the Wendy Williams show. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Because I know they were talking about Sherri Shepherd taking over the show, a new what?
But I won't be watching her because I know what she's going to be doing, and that's really not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, but I love being on my own show, and I love that people love to watch it, you know, all the time.
All right, so you heard what Wendy had to say. Now, if you guys watched the interview with Fat Joe in its entirety, you will see that Wendy was just a bit off. I'm not trying to push the narrative that she is suffering from dementia, but she was just all over the place, and sometimes she just wasn't making sense. Now, Wendy is back in New York. I'm not sure if her son is with her, but she's far removed from friends and family because they're all in Florida. So I hope she's not drinking again. But anyway, Sherri Shepherd caught wind of what Wendy had to say, and basically the fact that Wendy said that she would not be tuning in to the Sherri Shepherd show. And so Sherri proceeded to go live on Instagram, and she came on her live cool, calm, and collected, but she was being nasty nice too. She threw shade back. I want to play you guys this clip of what Sherri Shepherd had to say, and then I'll be right back.
She's not well. So there's just a lot going on in Wendy's life that this is where you need your friends, where you need your family. You need people who love you. So all I can do over here is pray for Wendy. Where's Wendy's best friend? I don't know who Wendy's friends are. I don't, we didn't run in the same circles because I live in LA. Wendy lives in New York. There was a time, at the beginning of my career at The View, I used to perform at Caroline's, and Wendy had a comedy night at Caroline's, and I would do it, and we were very friendly. But it just did. Sometimes stuff don't pan out as far as friendships. So Wendy was very, very honest and transparent on her show. She said she didn't like being friends with celebrities because she talked about celebrities, and she would say she really wasn't trying to be friends with people because it would make it hard for her to talk about them. So maybe that was one of the reasons why we never had a friendship. Because I have very strong friendships, and I'm definitely a woman who likes to uplift other women. So it didn't work out that way. So I don't know who Wendy's friends are. It's nobody that I know in the business. Hollywood is pretty small, so I don't know anybody personally that is really good friends with Wendy. I know she was hanging out with the Kardashians for a time, and Black China and Nene Leakes, so I don't know. But this is what she's going through. She needs friends. She needs family. Hey Sherri, I'm from Virginia. Hey girl. Hey Ashley Rimmels. Keep shining. Keep yourself away from negativity. Absolutely. I don't have time for negativity. I got a broken shoe and makeup all over my dress. I was supposed to have been at Kevin Hart's brunch.
All right, so you heard what Sherri had to say. Now, this is the thing. I like Sherri, but at the same time, if you don't have time for the drama and the negativity, then why would you respond to what Wendy had to say about you? You know, Sherri has been blessed with this opportunity to have her own show. Now, I didn't like how she announced the fact that she was getting her own show, the fact that Wendy was battling health problems, and you're on her platform announcing that you're taking over her spot. I thought that was extremely classless, especially when you take into account that Sherri was being a bit fake in respecting Wendy in this regard, because I can remember that, you know, Sherri was saying that she wouldn't take over the Wendy show unless she got Wendy's blessing. But as soon as Debmar Mercury gave Sherri the green light, she hopped on Wendy's platform and said, hey, I have a new show. I'm taking over this spot. Now, I'm not saying that Sherri should have turned the opportunity down, no, but just don't be fake from the beginning about it. Just be real about everything up front, in my estimation, right? But, you know, one thing that I find incredibly reckless on the part of Sherri is the fact that she said that Wendy was unwell. And although that may be true to some degree, I don't think that Sherri should have said anything about her being unwell, because that's the same narrative that Wendy's ex-accountant Lori Schiller is using and Wells Fargo is using as a whole to keep Wendy away from her money. You know, in my mind, it just helps push that narrative that Wendy is not of a sound mind to control her own finances. Now, another thing that lets me know that Sherri was extremely bothered by what Wendy said is the fact that, you know, she brought up that she's a person that uplifts women, and basically we know that Wendy has a history of not uplifting women, especially women within our community. But anyway, good luck to both women. I love them both. I hope Wendy's health restores back to full functionality, and I hope that, you know, Sherri has a great debut when her show premieres this fall. I hope it starts off with a bang, and I hope that she has success, you know, on daytime television. Now, what I want to do here is talk about Kevin Samuels. It's the hot topic of the week. He lost his life. He passed away at the age of 57, and all I see is a lot of black men trying to tell black women how to respond to his passing when Kevin Samuels did nothing but disrespect them on a day-to-day basis. Now, the word is that Kevin Samuels went to some club in the A this past Wednesday night. He brought home a jump off by the name of Hortensia Alcantara. I believe that's her name. I hope that I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, that's her name today. Now, she ended up spending the night, right? And so that Thursday morning, Kevin Samuels began to complain about having chest pains to her. And so while he was on top of her, he collapsed. And so she called 911, and the police report states that she said that she tried to help Kevin, right? So let's take a look at that police report. All right, and it says here, on May 5th, 2022, Officer J. Fig, unit number 2205, responded to a call at 297 East Paces Ferry Northeast, apartment number 1605, regarding a person injured. Upon arrival, Officer J. Fig observed the fire department engine number 21 performing CPR to a black male, unresponsive, on the floor of his apartment. I then met Miss Hortensia Alcantara, who identified the male as Mr. Kelvin Samuels. Alcantara stated that she met Mr. Samuels last night, came to his apartment, and spent the night with him. Alcantara also said that early morning, Mr. Samuels complained of chest pain and she attempted to help him, but he fell on top of her and proceeded to notify 911. Alcantara also said she requested the 911 operator to contact the front desk for a defibrillator to keep Mr. Samuels responsive until Grady arrived because she's a nurse. Grady bus number 741, Mr. Samuels was later transported to Piedmont Hospital by Grady bus number 741. So there are a couple of things that are fishy about this police report. Okay, so if she's a nurse, why didn't she perform CPR on Kevin Samuels, right? They probably were in the act of being intimate at that particular time when he collapsed, but you decided to call 911 and get 911 to call the front desk of the apartment building that Kevin Samuels lived in to request for a defibrillator. Something is off about that. Now, the police report said that she tried to help him. Well, how did you try to help him? Because those key details are missing from the police report. So you mean to tell me that this woman and Kevin Samuels just got finished swapping DNA, and she's a whole nurse, and she elected not to administer CPR to try to help Kevin? I don't know, y'all. It just sounds extremely strange to me. Now, what I want to do here is play you guys a clip. It's an old clip from Kevin Samuels where he's talking about the difference of, if he's talking about men on social media, that doesn't gain traction. But if he talked about black women, his platform would go through the roof. I want you guys to check this out, and I'll be right back.
And a lot of times guys don't want to hear that truth. We just don't. If I come on here talking about, female nature, such and so forth, and if I would start bashing women or talking noise, oh man, the likes and everything will go through the roof. But when you start talking to men saying, guys, cheap is some of the most expensive stuff out there. You gotta do better. And a lot of times guys don't want to hear that truth. We just don't. If I come on here talking about, female nature, such and so forth, and if I would start bashing women or talking noise, oh man, the likes and everything will go through the roof. But when you start talking to men saying, guys, cheap is some of the most expensive stuff out there. You gotta do better.
All right, so you guys just saw that. And so listen, this is the thing. Kevin Samuels did used to give commentary about men, but when he started talking about women that have the same hue as him in a very disrespectful way, that's when his platform exploded. It's just unfortunate that Kevin Samuels ended up taking his own advice later on and creating this platform, you know what I'm saying, that, dehumanized women and disrespected them on a day-to-day basis. And it was all about getting that check. It was all about those clicks and views for Kevin Samuels. Now look at him, right? And nobody is celebrating his death. At least I'm not. But at the end of the day, I don't understand how all these brothers out here are asking black women to care about Kevin Samuels when Kevin Samuels didn't care about them. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. This is already too long of a video. But listen, I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that I talked about within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.